Welcome to my PMP videos. We saw about the differences of risks and issues. Now we are going to see what is the risk response strategy for threats and opportunities. We know the risk is an event that may or may not happen. As a project manager, we will maintain the risk register right from its inception to it till its closing. And what do we do with an identified risk? We have to do something about it, right? So how do we respond to each risks that are identified? So if it is a threat, so what are the different strategies we will follow? It could be an avoid or mitigate, transfer or accept. Avoid, that you don't want that uncertainty or the risk to happen. So you will simply cancel the project. This is an extreme method of choosing this kind of response strategy, which the PMs should not do. And this should not be an answer from your PMP standpoint as well. Mitigate, you're doing something to reduce the probability and impact of it. For example, you know your critical path might derail of the scheduled time. So as a project manager, what should I do? I might assign more resources to make sure that critical path meets the timeline. Or I might ask my resources to work overtime. Or I might seek help from the other team to provide their inputs. So we are doing something about it to mitigate the risk. Transfer. Here, I don't want to be liable, but I'm transferring it over to the third party. A best example would be insurance. Wherever your PMP question talks about insurance, you can blindly choose the option as transfer. Accept. Here, we don't do anything about it and you just accept it. The risk response strategy for opportunities. Here you will see the opportunities response is mostly direct opposite to these ones. For example, escalate. Escalate here, as a project manager, you notice that one of the scope item is outside of your project, but it could cause a good impact on the other projects. Here you're escalating it to your managers, directors, and you just leave it. Example, opportunity is bigger than the project and falls outside of scope. Exploit. Eliminate the uncertainty associated with the risk. Exploit is direct opposite to avoid. In avoid, we don't want that uncertainty to happen and we are canceling the project. Whereas here, we don't want that uncertainty to happen, but we are doing something about it to eliminate it. For an example, assigning the best workers to a project to reduce time to complete. If you notice, these all talks about negative risks and these all talks about positive risks. And here another example or another response strategy is enhance. Here we are doing something to increase the probability of occurrence to 100%. As you notice, this is a direct opposite to mitigate. In mitigate, we will do something to reduce the impact and the probability, whereas we are doing here something to increase the probability to 100%. For example, adding more resources to finish the work early. The major difference between exploit and enhance, if you see here we want in exploit, we wanted to eliminate the risk. Okay. In enhance, we wanted to increase the probability of occurrence. Please remember these major differences. Accept. Here we are accepting the risk and we don't do anything about it. It's similar to the accept strategy in threat. Share. Share is direct opposite to transfer. Here we are sharing it with the extended team to create more success. You may find that your bid would be more successful if you partnered with another firm. You're sharing the success with someone else. So once again, the risk response strategy for threats speaks about negative scenarios, whereas the risk response strategies for opportunities talks about positive scenarios. This will be, you will get at least 2 questions from your PMP standpoint. I hope you understand the differences now. Thank you so much.